In this video, we're going to show you how to load your media onto the Virgo. Before you begin, you want to ensure that the roll that you're loading, both sides are completely flat, so you don't have any issues unwinding into the unit. Then you're going to grab your roll, you're going to slide it into the core holder, and ensure that it's completely flush with the backing plate. Once you confirm that, you're going to use this black knob to tighten the roll into the core, and you're going to do that by turning it clockwise. And once you confirm that it's completely tight, you're going to grab the front of the media and you're going to thread it through the rubber roller assembly located here. Once you get the media through the other side, you're going to lock it in place using this lever on the second setting. Your media is ready to go, and you're ready for the next step. In this step, we will show you how to load your lamination onto the Virgo. You will take the lamination roll and you will slide it into the core holder. You will then, before you secure the lamination, you will bring it down the lamination and you will secure it properly onto the media. You will ensure that the lamination is centered with the media. Once you've confirmed that it's securely onto the media and centered properly, you will now tighten the lamination onto the core by rotating this clockwise. You are now ready for the next step. In this step, we're going to explain to you two set of controls located here on the top. The forward media button, which is black, and the on and off button, which is green. The forward media button, when pressed, is used to forward enough media so that you can thread it underneath the tension arm, through the guides, and through the plotter until it reaches the other side. And it works as such. Once you have enough media, you can begin the next step. You're going to ensure that the media is threaded underneath the tension arm. You're going to thread it through the guides here, and then inside the plotter underneath the pinch rollers. You're going to ensure that the media is aligned right in front of the alignment paper arrows sticker that's on the plotter. Once you have the media all the way through, you're going to ensure that the media is aligned with the alignment stickers. There are two located on the plotter, one in the front and one in the back. You only have to move the media to the front of the arrows on the alignment sticker. Then you will adjust the pinch rollers to the corners of the media, and then you will lock it in place by lifting the rear lever. You will then press number 2 on the plotter. The head will read the width of the media, and you should be ready for the next step. In this step, you should now be ready to turn on the lamination module. To do that, you will press the green on and off button once. Once you confirm that it's on, you should now be able to adjust the tension on both cores by turning the knob to the number 1 setting, which is the preferred setting. You should now be ready for the next step. Before you can begin loading the matrix remover, you will need to load the Virgo Cutting Manager interface. The interface, once loaded, will look like this. Once you're inside the interface, you would have to load the cut file by tapping on the Open PDF. Once you have the cut file loaded inside the preview panel, the next thing you will ensure is that the black marker that's printed onto the media is inside the blue detection box. Once you've ensured that the black marker is inside the blue detection box, you will ensure that the rest of the parameters and the offset are set properly, so then you can begin your cut test. Once you're satisfied with your cut test, you can proceed to the next step. In this step, we will show you how to load the 2 empty cores onto the core holders located on the matrix remover. To begin, you will take the cores and slide them onto the core holders and make sure they're flush with the backing plate. You will then secure them by turning the black knob clockwise. Once you confirm that they're secure, you can now proceed to the next step. Once you're satisfied with the parameters on the software and the results of the cut test, you can now run enough tests so you can have enough media to run through the rest of the matrix remover. To start this, you will bring the media down up under the tension arm. You will then grab the front of the media and go over the first aluminum roller. You will then bring the media down the next aluminum roller, and you will pull it forward until you reach the next two aluminum rollers. Then you will pull the media all the way through. You will then bring down the sponge and lock it in place, and you're now ready for the next step. Once you've reached this point, you can now separate the waste material from the rest of the media. Once you've separated enough waste material, you will pull the waste straight up and apply it directly over the waste core. You'll make sure it is firm and secure, nice and tight. Then you will bring down the pressure arm directly over the waste core. You are now ready for the next step. Once you reach this point, you can now secure the media onto the media core. To do this, you will pull the media down, make sure it's nice and tight, and you will pull it down and around the media core and make sure it's flush with the backing plate that's on the matrix remover. You will secure the media in place with 2 pieces of tape. You will apply the tape. You will confirm that everything is nice and tight, and you should be ready for the next step. Once you've reached this point, you are now ready to set up the slitter assembly. You do this by removing it from its lock position down to its setting position. You will lock it in place. You will then adjust the slitter according to your preferred setting. Once you've done that, you lock it in place by turning the black knob clockwise. Then you remove it from the settings position into the penetrating position, and then you lock it in place. The slitter is now set, and you are now ready for the next step. In this step, we will explain to you the additional slitter assembly that's located underneath the matrix remover. These 2 additional slitters are there to remove excess material on the outside of the media. Once you set those in place and lock it in place with the 2 black knobs, you will then remove it from its setting position to its lock position. Then the excess material should be removed, and you should be able to rewind that onto the waste core. Before you can start production, ensure that both modules are turned on. All the steps explained today can be found with the user manual included. You can now start production